1967, a 24-year-old graduate student at Cambridge found something in a mile of chart paper. A tiny anomaly, barely more than a centimeter long, that turned out to be one of the most violent objects in the universe, pulsing with a rhythm so precise you could set a clock by it. It was the discovery of pulsars. 7 years later, her supervisor won the Nobel Prize for it. She didn't. Her name is Jocelyn Bell Burnell. The story of what she found, and what she didn't, is one of the strangest injustices in physics. Jocelyn Bell was born in Belfast in 1943. She failed her 11+, the exam that sorted British kids towards serious schools, but her parents paid for her to board in England anyway. She got her physics degree, and then somehow a spot in a PhD program at Cambridge, the only female graduate student in the radio astronomy group. Her supervisor was Anthony Hewish. Hewish had a plan to study quasars, newly discovered objects pumping out absurd amounts of energy from the other side of the universe. To study them, he needed a very specific kind of radio telescope. So he built one, 4.5 acres of it, outside Cambridge, more than 1,000 wooden posts, thousands of kilometers of wire. Bell, as a student, helped hammer the poles into the ground, and once it was running, her job was to review the data, by hand, 400 feet of chart paper, every week. In August 1967, reviewing one of those charts, she noticed something unusual. A tiny signal, she called it a bit of scruff, about 1 centimeter long, not a quasar, not anything known. She chased it for months. The signal was a series of pulses, identical pulses, arriving every 1.33 seconds, exactly, for days, weeks, months, without stopping, without drifting. It was the most precise natural clock anyone had ever found in the sky. Bell and Hewish nicknamed it LGM1, for Little Green Men. It wasn't Little Green Men, it was something almost stranger. A pulsar, the collapsed core of a dead star. An object with the mass of the sun packed into a sphere 12 miles across, spinning 30 times a second, sweeping a beam of radio energy across the sky like a cosmic lighthouse. A teaspoon of it weighs billions of tons. Every pulse in Bell's chart was one rotation of a dead star. 1974, the Nobel Prize in Physics was awarded for the discovery of pulsars. It went to Anthony Hewish, her PhD supervisor, and to Martin Ryle. Bell, who had found the pulsars by eye on a chart as a graduate student, was not mentioned. Fred Hoyle was so furious he said publicly that the prize should have been hers. Bell was 31. Her response became famous. She said she didn't mind. Prizes, she said, were for professors, not students. She won every other prize after that. The Copley Medal, the Breakthrough Prize, $3 million, which she donated every cent to scholarships for women, minorities, and refugee students in physics. The Nobel Committee never acknowledged her, but her pulsars are on the Voyager Golden Record. Our position in the galaxy is mapped on that record by 14 pulsars, the ones she found. If you want to read more, Jocelyn Bell Burnell wrote her own essay about discovering pulsars in the sky is for everyone, a collection of women astronomers in their own words. Link in the description. If you liked this, subscribe. We do a lot of stories like this, things that were real or almost real that most people have forgotten about. I'll see you in the next one.